Hello and welcome back to another training video here on the channel. This is how to train a central defensive midfielder. Today we're going to have a look at Kante. He is the player that I've selected for us to go through the stats, look at the key statistics you need to be training for a central defensive midfielder. So Kante starts at an 87. He's got a potential of 90. I'm going to switch out now to a edited version of Kante and we can take a quick look at his stats on what you need to be concentrating on when looking for a central defensive midfielder. Right, so 99 Kante, let's get in and have a look at some of these statistics. So we go into attack and short passing is worth 14 points of his overall, so for every 7.2 points in his training, he will go up in 1 overall. We move into defending. Now this is a key area here for a central defensive midfielder. Marking, stand tackle and slide tackle all will affect his overall. Marking is worth 9 points, so that's every 11.1% he will go up in 1. Stand tackle is worth 12 points, and interestingly enough, slide tackle is only worth 5 points, but definitely something that you want to be training up your central defensive midfielder in, make him a bit more of a real beast there at the back, just like Kante is. At 5'6", it's unconstitutional how good he is in a central defensive midfield role. We move into skills, and long passing and ball control are the two key stats here. Long passing is worth 10, and ball control is also worth 10. So for every 10 points he goes up in training, he will increase in 1 overall. In power, it is stamina and strength. Now, strength, obviously, we can't train. So if you're out there looking for a central defensive midfielder, you want someone that has, you know, a nice bit of strength about him, and stamina as well. So stamina is worth 6, strength is worth 4. So stamina is every 16.7 points. That's a lot of points to be training in stamina to get him increased by 1. And strength is every 25 points. So as soon as you get a central defensive midfielder with probably 75 to 80 strength, that's probably where you want to be looking, and hopefully that, you know, continues to grow a little bit through your career mode. We move into movement and, of course, reactions. It's just something that you'll see across all players. It has a real big impact over their overall, and unfortunately for youth academy players, the reactions are generally quite low, and this is where you get the discrepancies in a career mode. You know, you have the high-end real star players like Ronaldo and that will have really high reactions, and that's why they overall can get to such a high level. So this is where that overtraining sort of thing comes in. If you can find someone that's got a decent 60-odd reactions in the youth academy, and they have the potential to be special, it may not be a good idea to train them. Just let them grow, let them develop for a few seasons, so hopefully those reactions do go up, and then you can get into the training scenarios just to finish them off. But reactions here is worth 7 overall points for a CDM, so for every 14.3 points he will increase in 1 overall. Finally, we have mentality. Now, aggression is something else we can't train, so you want a nice high aggressive midfielder here. Interceptions and vision, so you can obviously train interceptions and vision. Interceptions is worth 14, so you can see there that marking, stand tackle, slide tackle and interceptions, they're the key areas there that you want for a central defensive midfielder, as I just hit the table like an absolute pleb. And vision is worth 4 points, so for every 25 and overall he will go up in 1 rating. So what we're going to do now, as we have done in all the previous tutorials, we'll jump into a career mode. I'll pick the best slots, we'll run through the training, we'll simulate him up for a season and see how high we can get Kante in 1 season. Let's go. Right, so the date is the 17th of June, just before the boys leave on their international duty for the World Cup. Chelsea have finished 2nd in the league. I was training Courtois up at the same time. You only need 4 slots for a central defensive midfielder. Let's get into the training scenarios, and we will load the previous one. All right, here we go. So my number 1 suggestion for a central defensive midfielder, I mean, you've got to obviously look at what stats they've got up already. I'd probably, if you were looking youth-based, probably look for physically strong players just to get that aggression and strength up and about already. That's going to be 2 key attributes that you're going to need for your central defensive midfielder. But we start off here with defending endurance, which covers interceptions, marking, slide tackling and stand tackling, and that's worth 40% of his overall. So if you're only training in 1 slot to start with, while they're young, probably the defending endurance will help you out the most. Next we have dribble possession. This covers the short passing. No, dribble possession covers the ball control and the stamina, and through the gates is vision and short passing. These two are pretty much on par depending on what you need for your player. Probably see what the lowest number is for the current player you're trying to train and choose between these two. Obviously, stamina and vision is worth 18%. What am I talking about? Stamina and ball control is worth 16%. Vision and short pass is worth 18%. So a little bit more in the through the gates for the passing and that. But if his passing stats are decent already, if he's like technically gifted or a playmaker, he might have better passing stats already. So then probably you'd go for the dribbling possession. But those two are pretty close. And then the last one is the advanced crossing, just for the long passing, pretty much. Just to start building that one up. If his short passing is good, you could possibly go for the other training scenario that has vision and long passing. That might be a better scenario for you, but just those four, and I was just training the keeper just to, you know, try and help the defense out with the simulation. So we'll get in here, get the final training session out of the way. He gets an A there for defending endurance, but hasn't increased. So he is at 92. His potential is only 90, and we've already got him past that in the first season. Let's go and see how his stats have increased in one season of training. Right, so Kante, 5'6", high defensive work rate. Just the ideal thing you want there is the high defensive work rate. His attacking work rate depends if you want him to bomb forward or not. Medium's fine on that one. Let's go 3-star, 3-star, of course. Now, agility went up +3 with training, of course. His stamina went up. His strength managed to go up +2 on its own, even with training those 4 slots in every single week. So up to 79 strength. His reactions went up 1 as well to 88. So he's got significantly higher reactions, and that's why his rating can get up nice and high. Interceptions up to 96. Vision up to 84. That went up 8. So some good training there. Technically, his ball control up 6 to 85. Dribbling is up. Crossing up 6, of course. Marking, stand tackle, slide tackle, long passing, short passing. So all the things that we were training him on. His curve and penalties went up +1 by themselves as well. So a 92 rated Kante, he would just be an absolute physical. He's already a physical beast, but with that extra training, I mean, you can't see too many players getting past him. And he's still got a lot of room to grow there in with his training. Probably could get him to a 96, 97, I reckon. Depending on if those reactions or if his strength increases anymore, that'll be the two things that would hold him back on reaching a 99. But that's a central defensive midfielder. I think we've covered most of the training scenarios now. I can't really think of anything else other than we did the wingers. That won't be too much difference between left midfield and right midfield. So that will probably end our training scenarios, unless we looked at a centre forward or something. I don't know. If there's anything else that I've missed in all these training videos, something else you'd like me to address, feel free to leave a comment down below. But I think that might end us here for the training videos. Thanks very much for checking this one out. Hopefully these videos have helped you out with your training regimes, and we'll see you in another video. I'm Sparring DK, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.